Hey friends, it's Hope, and today I'm here to do a non-spoiler book review over Another Day by David Levithan. And according to the author himself, this book is the twin of Every Day. In the author's note, he goes to say that he really didn't want to call it the companion novel because he felt like it really didn't do it justice and it kind of just pushed it to the side. So I first want to start off by thanking NetGalley for allowing me to read this book early. This book actually doesn't come out until August 25th, and I remember the day that I found out that there was going to be another book. I freaked out and I immediately called my sister Haven because I adored the first book so much. So naturally I was super excited to pick this book up and see where A was going to end up and what happened to him after we ended the first book. And then when I got approved to read Another Day from NetGalley, I realized that it's not a continuation on with a story. It was actually the same story just from Rhiannon's point of view. And there's nothing bad with that, it just wasn't what I was hoping for. So I kind of went into this book a little bit hesitant and then not as excited as I originally was, which I'm not sure if that's why I didn't enjoy the book as much as Every Day. I don't know if it was because I just kind of had a tainted opinion before I even started the read. But yeah, let's just go ahead and talk about the book because I'm excited to share my thoughts. I do want to let you know that this review in no way, shape, or form will spoil anything for you guys if you haven't read Every Day. And David Levithan actually said in his author's note that when he was writing this book, he had three types of readers in mind. One, the reader who has never read Every Day. Two, the person who read it but read it a long time ago and may not remember every detail. And the third reader was the reader who maybe had just read Every Day and was reading this one right afterwards. So yeah, please stick around and listen to this because like I said, it will not spoil you for anything. Alright, to just kind of start it off, I will go back to what this book is all about. In Every Day, we actually follow A. Since birth, he wakes up in a new body every morning. He never stays in one body and he is really okay and content with that until one day he wakes up as a boy named Justin and he goes to school and he sees Justin's girlfriend and realizes how amazing she is and he starts to fall in love with her. So through Every Day, he is trying to get back to Rhiannon. And in this book, Another Day, we follow Rhiannon as she goes to school that fateful day and is really hesitant on seeing her boyfriend Justin because she doesn't know what type of mood he's in. But little does she know that A is actually in Justin's body that day and he is like the most wonderful boyfriend ever. And things start to change for her and she starts seeing Justin in a new light. So then the story goes on and Rhiannon is now faced to decide if she wants to stay with Justin or if she can truly fall in love and be in a relationship with someone who doesn't really have a physical form. Now, something that I loved a lot in the first book was A's character because throughout the whole book, you are literally seeing his personality through somebody else's eyes, and I thought that was very cool. And the way David Levithan wrote his character was just brilliant and captivating. And you could tell how much he loved Rhiannon and really admired her for him to go through extreme lengths to always be around her and make his way back to her. But then in this novel, we of course see it from her point of view, and I was a little bit disappointed because I was expecting her to be this extraordinary type of girl because like I said, A went through extreme circumstances and he did a lot of things he probably shouldn't have done in somebody else's body to make his way back to her. But honestly, I didn't think she was a very outstanding type of girl. I honestly thought that she was kind of a dud and it really bummed me out. And I really didn't start liking her character until the very end of the novel. And then also reading in the author's note, David Levithan actually wrote this. He said, when talking about Every Day, I would would invariably say that I wrote it to answer two essential questions. One, what would it be like to be a person with no set body? And two, what would it be like to be in love with a person who changed every day? And I agree with David. I think that he answered that really, really well in the first book. Now, in the second book, not so much. I feel like from Rhiannon's side of the story, we got it answered how it would maybe feel like to be in love with someone with no set body, but I really didn't feel it, if that makes sense. I just felt like there was a huge disconnect between her as a character and the reader. Whereas in Everyday with A, even though he always changed and he was a totally different person, it seemed like almost every chapter, I still felt really connected to that person. So that's another reason why I didn't like this book as much as the first. Of course, nothing took me by surprise because when reading the first book, you already know what is really going to happen in the twin of Everyday, but I will say that the ending still brought out a lot of emotions in me. It just reminded me how amazing and sacrificial A was to Rhiannon, and I was reading the book over my lunch break today, and when I finished it, I was crying heaps and heaps of tears because it just really pulled me back into the fact that when you truly love someone, you will go out of your way to do anything to make them happy and to feel loved. But then after all of the tears kind of went away, I read the very last two sentences of Another Day, and there was complete utter shock and disbelief because holy crapola, David Levithan, what are you gonna do to us? Is there going to be another book told in Rhiannon's point of view? Because how you left it off was kind of like a cliffhanger. The ending of this book really moved me, which makes me so torn because while I really didn't like the first 80% of this book, I loved the ending, and even though I knew it was going to happen, it still brought tears to my eyes. I think I'm going to give this book a 50%, which tears my heart apart because like I said, the first book was amazing. I'm pretty sure I'm going to rate it a 2 out of 5 stars on Goodreads because I just felt so disconnected to our main character. Even though I really didn't enjoy reading from her point of view, if the story continues, I'm all for that and I would totally pick it up. Thank you guys so much for watching this non-spoiler book review over Another Day by David Levithan. I definitely suggest you guys picking up the first book because I think it's totally worth it. Anyways, let me know below if you guys have read this book, and I'm going to wrap this up. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I'm sure I will see you soon. Bye.